Gemini, before we dive into this story, allow me to say this very softly. What you're about to hear is not a typical prediction, nor is it the kind of message you've scrolled past and forgotten. Something is shifting in your life quietly, subtly, yet powerful enough to change the rhythm of your heartbeat once the truth is revealed. Sometimes, the universe doesn't send signals through light or obvious signs, but through small vibrations that make you ask yourself, why was I led here, at this exact moment, on this exact day? And I want you to know that your clicking on this video is not accidental. There is a story about a large sum of money, a fated gift, a recognition from someone's soul that is finding its way back to you. Not because you demanded it, not because you chased it, but because you have been living in alignment with the true essence of Gemini. Sincere, perceptive, quietly kind, and always giving more than what you receive. Maybe recently you've sensed something you can't quite name. A series of coincidences, an unexplained restlessness, a shift in your intuition as if important information is right beside you. That energy is not an illusion. It is the first wave of an event that was written for you long ago. And this gift, whether it arrives in a material or spiritual form, carries one shared message. The universe wants you to know that the things you've done, the love you've planted, the kindness you've offered, have never been forgotten. So now, if you can, prepare yourself a cup of tea or a warm coffee. Sit down for a moment. Relax your shoulders, because the story Gemini is about to walk into may change the way you see yourself and the journey you've traveled. Part 1. The first sign of a major money flow moving toward Gemini. Gemini. Before we go deeper, I want you to truly take a few seconds to reconnect with your own recent energy. Have you noticed strange, tiny moments repeating themselves, as if someone or something is trying to get your attention? Maybe at night, when you lie down, your mind becomes quieter than usual, not running around the way it normally does. Or in the morning, you open your eyes with a feeling you can't quite name, as if your soul knows something important is approaching, even though your logic hasn't found the evidence yet. That feeling is not random. It is the first signal of a major money flow, a fated gift slowly moving toward you in a way only energy-sensitive Geminis can sense. This gift is not the kind of luck falling from the sky people often talk about. It is more like a current that was sent out long ago, waiting for the exact moment, the right maturity in your heart to show up. Gemini is the zodiac sign of information, of the wind that carries hidden messages. So the blessings meant for you also always arrive in the form of messages. Sometimes it's a missed call from an unknown number, making you hesitate and stare at the screen a little longer than usual. Sometimes it's an email that lands in spam, but makes your heart jump when you open it. Sometimes it's a sudden comment from someone you're not close to, yet it leaves you thinking for hours. And sometimes it's simply a feeling that your heart has just been touched lightly by something far beyond this lifetime. If lately you've repeatedly encountered coincidences, seeing the same number appear again and again, hearing the name of someone from your past, dreaming of a place you've never thought about, or simply feeling like you're standing at a crossroads you can't fully see yet, these signs are telling you that a money flow, a spiritual gift, or both have started moving toward you. The universe is opening a form of repayment for the goodness you've given, without asking for anything in return. And Gemini, let me tell you this. You don't need to strain yourself to prove your worth. Geminis often carry a very sensitive heart, but hide it behind a smile, behind intelligence, behind the ability to make others feel comfortable. No one knows that sometimes you're tired, sometimes you're hurt, yet you still choose to be gentle with the world. The gift coming toward you is recognition for all the times you were kind when no one noticed, for the moments you helped someone with the right words at the right time, for the times you healed yourself quietly and still came back to spread positivity to others. Mercury, your ruling planet, is moving in a very special way. It is opening information portals that were once hidden, revealing truths connected to assets, money, rights, or karmic debts from the past that are ready to surface. And Jupiter, the planet of expansion, is activating your value sector, as if the universe is saying, it is time for the good things you've planted to return to you in clear, tangible, undeniable form. Tarot is aligned with this energy as well. The Magician reminds you that you create your reality through both your mind and your heart. Everything you do, no matter how small, carries a strong frequency enough to create a cosmic response. The Six of Pentacles appears as a promise that balance in giving and receiving is being restored. Judgment shows that this moment is when your soul is being called to awaken, to receive something that was sent to you long ago. And if your heart is beating a little faster, if you feel yourself opening up as if something about this resonates with you, that is the energy of this gift touching you. It is very close, closer than you think. And what you're about to hear in the next part may help you understand why this is arriving for you at exactly this time. If you feel you've seen unusual signs or strange coincidences recently, share your experience in the comments. Don't forget to like to stay connected with this energy and subscribe so you always receive the messages meant for Gemini. Let's continue into the next part, where the truth about the person who sent this money flow toward you will be revealed. Part 2. The secret behind the person who passed down the asset. Why they chose Gemini. Gemini. There are stories in our lives that we only understand many years later. And the story of the person who left this large sum of money for you is one of them. What makes this special is not the material value, but the silence and humility of the one who passed it on. They did not try to contact you, did not try to explain, did not leave any beautiful words behind, but they left your name clear and intentional in a document marked by destiny. And the first thing you need to know is this. They did not choose you randomly. This person is not a relative, not a close friend, not someone who appeared regularly in your life. On the contrary, they feel like a faint memory, a passing face, a brief conversation on a day that seemed to mean nothing. You may have forgotten them long ago, but they did not forget you, nor the moment you touched their life in a way that was simple yet deeply significant. And the interesting thing is, Gemini often doesn't realize the transformative power of the things they do. You are an air sign. Your words are wind, and wind can carry seeds you never know will sprout somewhere. Maybe you said something very gentle, like, you deserve to be treated better, or don't be so hard on yourself, or everything will find a way to work out. And for someone, those words were the only thread keeping them from falling apart in a dark moment of their life. You gave them hope naturally, the way you always do with others. Sometimes you simply helped them with something small, giving directions, carrying a bag for them, stopping to listen for a few minutes, even though you were in a hurry. Or maybe you just smiled at them on a day they believed the whole world had turned its back on them. You didn't know how important it was. But they knew, and they carried it as a kind of light in their heart. This person once stood at a crossroads in their life, and the moment you appeared made them turn in a different direction. Not because you tried, not because you were intentional, but because the essence of Gemini is like that. You radiate energy through awareness, through subtle observation, through your ability to see the good in places where others have stopped looking. You plant seeds through your words, through your emotional intelligence, through helping people understand themselves better. The karmic energy of the numbers 3 and 5 appearing around you recently is a very clear sign. Number 3 is communication, soul connection, words, turning into miracles. Number 5 is change, transformation, the great pivot of destiny. When these two numbers appear together, it always relates to a good deed from the past, returning as an unexpected blessing. You cannot know exactly which moment touched this person, because Gemini rarely remembers the things they naturally do every day. But that very naturalness is what makes your actions sacred. To others, you might have been just someone they happened to meet, but to them, you were once the reason they got out of bed the next morning. You were once the reason they felt the world was still kind. And sometimes, one single glimpse of kindness is enough to change a soul that has been hurting for far too long. So they chose you. Not because you were close, not because you were the easy choice. They chose you because in their heart, you were the only one who felt safe, genuine, and worthy of receiving this gift. They believed you would use it wisely. They believed you would continue to spread your light into the world. And more than anything, they believed in you more deeply than you have ever believed in yourself. And I want you to know this. This is not luck falling from the sky. This is soul recognition. It is the universe using the hand of a human being to tell you, I remember what you have done, even if you forgot long ago. If you have ever helped someone without expecting anything in return, share that moment in the comments to connect with this flow of energy. And don't forget to like and subscribe to continue the journey of decoding this fated gift for Gemini in the next part. Part 3. The spiritual test. Gemini always doubts whether they deserve good things. Gemini. If there is one thing the universe consistently observes in you, it is the way you keep questioning yourself, even when something good is right in front of you. There is almost never a moment when you truly allow yourself to fully believe in a gift, an opportunity, or a blessing life brings your way. You always tend to take half a step back, observe, analyze, and ask yourself, is there something I'm not seeing? Am I misunderstanding the meaning of this event? Or worse, is this just an illusion I created because I wanted so badly to believe in something good? This is the psychological loop that has made Gemini lose things that truly belong to them many times. Because you are the sign of the mind, of thoughts moving constantly like electricity. When things are good, you think a lot. When things are bad, you think even more. And even when this gift appears with very clear signs, you may still hear yourself say internally, is this real? Is this just a temporary feeling? Am I exaggerating or interpreting things too much? And this isn't because you lack faith, but because deep inside you is a fear of being misunderstood, taken advantage of, or placed in a situation where you must face disappointment. Spirituality calls this the worthiness test. Each zodiac sign has its own challenge. For Gemini, the challenge is not a lack of luck. It is not believing you are worthy enough to receive luck wholeheartedly. You have the capacity to give a lot, to share a lot, to uplift countless people. But when it is your turn to receive, something inside you feels unfamiliar, as if receiving is a frightening act, a responsibility heavier than you want to carry. And right now, Saturn is playing a very important role in your journey. This planet is like a strict but fair teacher, demanding that you look directly at your own value. Over the recent period, Saturn has tested your patience, forcing you to face parts of yourself you usually avoid, especially the feeling that you must work extremely hard to be worthy of anything. But the real lesson Saturn has for you is the exact opposite. You do not need to strain yourself to prove your worth. You only need to believe that this worth has been within you from the beginning. What makes you uneasy when good things arrive is not weakness. It's the fact that you are too used to analyzing everything. The Gemini mind is always working, always searching for reasons, always asking questions, and sometimes that very mind accidentally blocks out the voice of your heart, the part of you that has known for a long time that this blessing is yours. Your soul actually sensed this shift long before your eyes saw the first sign. So, how do you overcome this test? The answer isn't forcing yourself to believe. It's creating space for belief to bloom. You can start with a small writing ritual. Take a sheet of paper, a notebook, or simply the Notes app on your phone. Write down 3 sentences your heart feels you deserve. They don't need to be grand. They only need to be true. I deserve to be loved without conditions. I deserve to receive the good things I helped create. I deserve to have life smile back at me. When you write, you are communicating directly with the deepest part of yourself, the place that isn't led by fear. And if you want to go even further, try a short breathing practice. Inhale deeply, hold for 3 seconds, exhale slowly. When you inhale, silently say, I allow. When you exhale, silently say, I receive. That's it. Just a few minutes a day is enough for your body to relearn how to open the door for blessings to enter, instead of shutting down the moment fear appears. If there's a part of you beginning to soften, beginning to feel that maybe you really are worthy of the good thing coming your way, then that means you are already passing this test. You're no longer standing outside looking in. You're stepping forward. And to anchor this energy, leave this affirmation in the comments. I allow myself to receive the good things coming to me. Don't forget to like and subscribe to continue walking this awakening path. Part 4. The intersection point of destiny. The call or email that will change Gemini's life. Gemini. There are mornings that seem completely ordinary, yet within them lies a turning point your soul has been waiting for a very long time. And the strange part is, you often sense it before it happens, not through logic, but through a very subtle kind of intuition that only you possess. That day, you wake up with a quietness in your mind, not the silence of exhaustion, but the silence of something approaching. Your mind, usually busy, processing thousands of thoughts at once, suddenly becomes clear, still, like a flat surface of water. You feel lighter, yet you also feel a slow, gentle pull, as if the universe is preparing to place an important message into your hands. Your breath becomes deeper, your heartbeat steadier, and you notice that you're listening to the world in a different way. Even small sounds become clearer. The morning light feels warmer, and somewhere in your heart, there is a knowing that doesn't come from logic, but from soul memory, as if you've lived this moment in another lifetime, as if you are stepping into the exact timeline you were always meant to be on. And then it arrives. Maybe it's the sound of an email notification. Maybe it's a text message from an unknown number. Maybe it's a missed call that makes you stare at your screen for a few extra seconds without knowing why. You touch the screen with a very vague feeling. Not fear, not excitement, just a sense that this is the moment the entire day had been leading you toward. On the other end of the line, or in the few lines of text before you, there is something you never imagined would have anything to do with you. Your name. Your name appears in a document, a file, a financial notice, a benefits confirmation, or an asset fund you've never heard of before. The person speaking sounds very professional, emotionless, even, but that very neutrality makes your heart slow down for a beat, like how the wind announces a storm, not through noise, but through the slightest shift in direction. They tell you that you need to confirm some information, that your name is listed in a portion of an asset or sum of money that was established previously, that someone mentioned you clearly and intentionally in those papers. No one explains anything right away. They simply ask you to review, verify, or sign documents that will be sent to your email. Everything is logical, practical, straightforward. Yet the energy behind it feels entirely different. It carries the imprint of destiny. This is not a wrong message. Not a prank. Not something you are imagining. This is the moment when everything that has been hidden for so long is brought into the light. And it is the energy of the full moon, or the Mercury retrograde period, that unlocked this truth. The full moon illuminates your third house, the house of information, documents, messages, and hidden truths. Mercury retrograde pulls forgotten matters from the past back into the present so they can be completed. This is why you felt strange earlier. Your soul knew. Your heart knew. And now, life is catching up with your intuition. The moment you read that email or hear the first words over the phone, you may feel time slowing down, as if you are listening to a familiar melody you can't remember ever hearing before. Everything feels both foreign and familiar. You know that your life will not be the same from this point on. Not because of the money or the asset coming toward you, but because you are stepping into a new level of awareness, the level of someone chosen to receive what they once unknowingly gave. And here's what I want you to do to anchor this energy even deeper. Answer this question in the comments. Have you ever received unexpected information that changed your life? And if you feel this touching your heart, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next part of this journey, where the truth behind this fated gift for Gemini will be revealed even more deeply. Part 5. The Final Transformation. Gemini enters a new chapter with a large sum of money as a form of spiritual recognition. Gemini. This is the part where I want you to take a deep breath and allow your heart to open just a little more, because what you're about to hear isn't just about a sum of money or a material gift. It is about your soul, about the journey you've walked, about the years you've spent wondering whether the world truly sees your value. And now, in a quiet but decisive way, the universe is answering you with a message clearer than any prophecy. Your value has never been invisible. What is coming to you is not just an asset. It is a mirror, reflecting back the kindness you gave when no one asked. It is recognition for the efforts you thought went unnoticed. It is affirmation that the moments you stood behind others gently healed them with your words, your smile, or your soft presence, have all been imprinted into the energetic field of the universe. You may have forgotten each small thing you did, but the soul who received them did not forget. And now, this gift, this sum of money, is life's way of saying thank you in return. The deeper lesson for Gemini lies in something you've always struggled with: stepping into the role of the receiver. You're used to being the one who offers ideas, who lightens the burdens of others, who finds solutions for everyone. You give so much that sometimes you forget there are moments when life wants to give something back to you. Not because you must earn it, but because you were always deserving from the beginning. And to receive this gift, you don't need to try, prove, or analyze whether you did something right or wrong. You only need to open your heart. What you are stepping into is a major energetic shift, from scattered to focused, from running in many directions trying to please everyone, to listening to your inner voice and recognizing what you truly want, from serving others with your gentle nature to honoring your own soul and allowing life to serve you. This is the time you will feel a change in how you think about worth, money, and abundance. You will see your desires more clearly, feel less distracted, and value your true emotions more than ever before. And to fully welcome this transformation, here is a simple but powerful ritual you can do. Take a piece of paper and write down 3 new commitments to yourself. I allow myself to receive the good things I have given to others. I focus on creating the life my heart desires, not the life others expect. I trust my journey and open myself to the prosperity coming my way. Write slowly. Let each word sink into you. Because when you write, you're not writing for today, you're writing for a new version of yourself. A version that does not run away from blessings, does not shrink their own value, does not hide the light they carry. The version the soul of the person who left this gift for you always believed you would become. And if you listen closely, you may feel a message from that soul, gentle yet unwavering. You deserve to step into this prosperous chapter, not because you are perfect, but because you are genuine, not because you are unbreakable, but because you choose kindness in a world that is often too cold. This is not the end, Gemini. This is only the first doorway, and if you're ready to step through that doorway, write in the comments, "I am ready to step into my new chapter." Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can continue receiving the messages meant for the Gemini soul on this journey. Gemini dear, if you've stayed with me until the end of this journey, it means a part of you has truly opened to receive the good that the universe is sending your way. Today's message isn't just about a large sum of money or an unexpected spiritual inheritance. More importantly, it shows you that life always acknowledges the things you've done with your whole heart. Every kind word you've spoken, every moment you stood by someone when they needed you, every time you quietly chose compassion over hurt, all of it has created the energetic flow that is now returning to you. And right now, you're standing before a lesson that is both practical and deeply meaningful. Learn not only to give, but also to receive. Listen to your body. Allow yourself to rest when needed. Accept support when it arrives. And trust that your worth does not depend on overworking or overextending yourself. Begin shaping your new life with small shifts. Set clearer intentions. Focus on people who genuinely bring you peace. Let go of relationships that scatter your energy. Choose to invest in what makes your soul bloom, not just in what keeps others comfortable. If this message helps you see your life more clearly, or deepens your understanding of the journey your soul is walking, leave a comment sharing what you feel in this moment. Even one sentence is enough to activate this new energy. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like to nourish the positive frequency of our community, and subscribe so you'll always receive the next messages made especially for Gemini. Remember this: you are not here to live a small life. You are here to open the door to your true self. See you in the next video, where we will continue exploring the messages the universe is guiding your way.